Okay, it's a little noisier in here now. You're not going to be able to see me, but we're going to go ahead and set this up. Now, I'm going to talk fast. You can slow it down if you want to, or if this is just entertainment, then that's cool too. All right, so over here I'm in what we would call DRO mode, and it just shows me where the X and Y is, but I need to go ahead and line up my part. Now, one of the other things that I did is I measured my parts, and I wrote it down here, and then I divided it by 2, because I want to get halfway this way and halfway this way for my center of 0. So how I do that is an edge finder. It's a really cool tool. Uses friction and all the other stuff, and it kind of gives me an indication that it's off. So I'm going to go ahead and fly through this real quick. So I'm going to bring this over, and I'm going to work on my knee here. I'll be getting a workout today. I really don't want to extend my quill if I don't have to, but I can, like this. But when it's up here, the higher it's up, the better off we are. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up as high as I can and only allow that to go down a short way. So I'm bringing up the whole table right now. All right, so I'm going to start off to the left here, and I'm going to move over, and we're going to look at it like this. And let me bring this down. I don't want to bring it more than like 2 inches. So I'm going to adjust this down to maximum of 2-ish. Okay, it falls in the range. I'm good to go. So I'm going to turn this on to about 1,000 RPMs, and then I'm going to be moving this over while it's spinning, and it will be wobbling, and then it's going to touch this part, and then it'll smooth out. It'll get perfectly concentric with the top piece. Then all of a sudden, that bottom piece, because of the friction, will offset. That tells me that that is perfectly aligned with the edge of that. Now, then I'm going to have to compensate for this. This is 0.2. I'm going to have to move over 0.1 to get 0, and then I'm going to have to compensate for 4.019, and I can do that up here. So what does that look like? Let's go for it. Wrong way there. Let's get it back into high range. All right. Got 1,000 RPMs. And let's start moving. I don't know if you're picking that up in the camera, but that thing moved. What I can do is X0. Then what I like to do is I pick this up, makes life easier on me, and then I start moving it over. Well, looks like I done screwed that up somehow. Go ahead and, okay, I screwed that up. So let's try that one more time. Bring this over. All right, it's offsetting, X0, enter. Then I'm going to pick this up and start moving it over by 0.1. That's half of the diameter of that tip. All right, and at 0.1, I know that the center of my spindle is right at this edge. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do X0 again as far as that. Now I know that I'm perfectly on that edge there, and I can compensate for it. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for Y. I'm going to jog this all the way over, bring this over here, drop that down, make that offset, and then walk over. All right, and then it's a little trick here. I'm going to go Y.1, okay? Then when I pick this up and I move it this way, I end up at 0 when the center of my spindle is 0. So right now, that very corner right there is perfectly at 0, 0, but that's not necessarily where I want to be. Where do I want to be? Oh, I already wrote it down right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 4.019 in the X, 4.019. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay, 4.0. I'll get there one day. 4.019. Then I go X0, and now I know I'm in the middle of the part. And on the Y, I'm going to go 4.025. Now, this is not the way to do it. This is a way to do it, okay? I always want to make sure that I say that out loud because I don't have all the answers, and I don't think the same way every single time I'm doing something. I'm always looking to do something a little bit different or better, so we're going to go Y and 0. And now I know for a fact that I'm in the very center of the part, or as center as I absolutely can be, okay? So we're going to start from there. It looks like I don't have a lot of room to maneuver and get my tool out. So what I'm going to do is show you how I'm going to set up my next tool, and then we're going to go ahead and cut this video and then drop you into another video. But that's how to get our center. Remember how we programmed it. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and move this off. I already got my 0, 0 up here, so I know exactly where to go back to, or I don't even have to go back to it, or as a matter of fact. But I'm going to come over here, grab my tool, grab my brake, move this over, tap that out, undo my draw link, and I take my tool out here. And then I'm going to install my drill chuck, because we're going to be basically doing drilling operations here. We're not really doing any milling. So it is perfectly suitable for this. And I'm going to be switching between some drill bits. So it's just going to be easier to do it this way. Store that up there. Now, got to bring my knee down. Have to have plenty of room for that. While I'm doing this, I'm just grabbing my oiling lever and I'm trying to oil up some of the axis here, so everything stays smooth and well lubricated. That looks good for now. We'll stick with that. And then I can go ahead and, again, center drill is always going to be the first tool or first drill that I use. Bring that in, brake, and lock that up. Now we'll be ready for the next portion of this.